Morning. Walking up to get my game camera memory card. See what interesting pictures we have on it. We got the cows hollering. Got one of the neighbor's goats hollering. Sounds like some of the neighbor's kids are hollering. I heard some coyotes earlier. The daily crows went by. Life in the woods. You don't hear the sirens and horns honking and cars going by or the bus driving by. You hear the morning crows. Here, let's listen. I don't know if you could hear that. That was a cow. Oh, sun's just coming up over the trees. Just barely coming up. It's late, 7:30. So this game camera I locked on here years ago. And this tree has grown a bit into it. It's super tight. I'm gonna have to get this off because we've got to follow this tree. This tree's as old as that tree right there. So is this one here. Those are all about the same age. They're just smaller because they didn't get the same resources. Those cows sound like wild beasts, don't they? All right. That's okay. Go find your mom. We're gonna try to get some thinning done today. See how it goes. I'm gonna go in and check some game camera pictures. If I got anything interesting, I'll bring it to you. Then we're gonna get back to it. Breaking in the hut. All right, well, we made a mess. I topped that one there with my electric saw over my head. It was kind of nice to use it that way. And then actually bucked up some in here. All this stand of trees is just about fully thin now. But this is only the second day. Shoulders are beat. So I'm gonna go down and get something to eat, take a break. We're making progress. This guy's pretty dirty. One of the complaints I have, first of all, battery's pretty warm, very warm. So I know other manufacturers have built cooling in. This is dirty. It's got dirt into the contacts even. So if I have a first con of the Echo DCS 5000 is that, and I mentioned this in my review, the sawdust tends to go down into the battery compartment and get kind of dirty, and the battery's pretty hot. I mean, I wore it completely dead. It's pretty warm. So it probably needs to cool down a bit before it charges. So, but it's really dirty. Well, you can kind of see that dirt in there. Got about 7 hours of thinning done today. You can see some behind me. Kind of show you a couple other areas that we worked on. There you go. You can see what we did here. This was literally the end of the day, just kind of letting her rip. So we'll keep working there. If you watched my DNR video, I'll put it right here for you. If you watch that one, you'll know that we marked these trees. So that one right there is marked with some engineer tape, and there'll be a couple more over here. All right, there. So I know where to thin. For these trees that I am leaving, like these Doug firs, there's one right there, that guy, and then there's another one over in that area there. Those, I can delimb them up to, I think it's half the crown, so I can go up further. I'll need to bring my pole saw out to do that. And I gotta tell you, my shoulders are smoked. Actually, I'm smoked. This old jarhead's out of shape. And 7 hours of wielding a chainsaw. Oh, a lot of it, that 572 XP. Oh, that thing rocks. It's awesome. Here's where we did some work. You can see that stump there. There's a couple stumps right there. Got one there, here. So we also took a lot of limbs off these guys here. Removed a bunch of small saplings in here. Cleaned this up. This was an area that every time I'd come in here in the winter, it was so tight. And if you've seen any of my cabin trip videos, you've seen that. But it was so tight coming in here. I'd have to bring my mirrors in when I got out in order to walk past the truck, between the trees and the truck. So for now, it's looking pretty good. And I think all in all, this worked out really good today. And I've got a few more branches in here to pick up. But we got this, we really started to make progress in here. And I'll tell you one thing, that little Echo saw, I finally timed charging it. I ran it completely dry. The battery was hot, stuck it on the charger, checked the time, put the camera on time lapse and let it roll. And it was about 2.5 hours, start to finish. It took a little bit long because the battery was hot. So it won't charge if the battery's hot. You stick it in the charger, the light's red, you gotta wait till that red light goes out, then it will start charging. Really not bad. And I'll tell you, I ran 7 hours on 1.5 batteries. Now, to be honest, I ran the 572 a lot today. So my arms are smoked and I'm holding the camera up right now for you. But my wife ran the Echo, the battery powered saw. And I gotta tell you, she's getting it down. She's never run a chainsaw before. And so this is the first time she's ever run one. She's always been kind of intimidated by them. And she ran that Echo pretty much all day. If I wasn't running it, she was running it. So I think she worked about 5 hours, most of it, running that little Echo chainsaw. So it was a pretty good deal for her. I think it worked out pretty good. Tractor's almost fixed. I should be able to get the tractor this week, or next week. Pick it up, bring it up here, so that'll be awesome. I've got to keep pushing this way, only kind of on a diagonal, but I'll work around the driveway in here and on this side, all the way to the north side of the property. So we've got a ways to go. It's definitely past Bourbon 30. Let me check my watch. Oh, it's definitely past Bourbon 30. You can see we've got some piles stacked up. Down here, right there's the main burn pile. We're just kind of moving piles down, getting stuff kind of close to the burn pile so that when we can burn, when it's cool and wet out, we can burn. Then we won't have so far to go, but we'll have the tractor back, so that'll help anyway. We've thinned a lot out in here for over a long period of time. It's starting to look good. There's the well. You can just see the wellhead right there. This doesn't need to be here anymore. I'm going to take that out. I'll put the controls for the well on the solar panel, I think, around the wellhead. So there you have it, folks. Definitely bourbon 30. Time for me to get a shower and relax a little bit. Quit working. Darcy's working hard, so of course she's gonna make me want to work hard now. Got a lot of poles here. These poles, some of that's for railings. Maybe some for log furniture. So anyway, time for me to call it a day. Bourbon 30. Y'all have a great day. The old Jarhead out.